having these different guest speakers from different fields and jobs, I think, is very interesting for, I think, the average listener. And you make it very, like I said, very practical and easy.
Practical transition point. Again, ladies and gentlemen, those who are just joining us now, this is Transition Point. I'm Dr. Jeff. We are here every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. You're going to catch us up on HD2 on FM dial. And I'll tell you, we are here very practical. Like Sofina is saying, we are very practical. We do not cut corners. We bring down the barriers, cut the red tape, and reduce the clutter noise in somebody's life. That's what I'm here. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to make a name. No, I'm here to make a difference. If I wanted to make that great name, there are many ways. And I have been there, done that. From Wall Street, being a dean, professor, I have done those things. My passion, like Kevin said earlier, is to make a difference in people's lives. And I do not choose. That is why I invited Will and Sofina to join me in my studio today. Now, tell us a little bit about Kentucky. This must be very different, Sofina, from Kentucky. So what do you do in Kentucky, Sofina? What do you do in Kentucky? Because you are in school, you spent some time in Japan. Did you do anything special in Japan? And are you doing anything around here in United States? Sofina, go.
Well, back in Japan, I used to model.
You are a model in Japan.
Yes.
That's amazing. We may be just having a celebrity here in our studio. I just didn't know that. And you did that for a couple of years?
I did that for 11 years.
11 years?
Yes.
Oh, she knows her ways around the media and Hollywood. My goodness, I am very impressed. And then when you jumped this side, did you continue with your career or what is happening?
Currently, well, I don't model anymore, but I am working in the fashion industry. I write for fashion.
Wow, fashion industry. Are there many things? What do you like working? Because you have worked in Japan and you have worked in the United States. What do you like? You seem to have decided, you are here to stay. That's what I see. But what do you like about working in the fashion industry or in the media industry in the United States? Same thing special you like compared to Japan?
It definitely has. It's constantly changing, and just seeing the different influences of other cultures, actually outside of the U.S., and the impacts that it has on the fashion and what the average American wears is really interesting to me, and how it's just constantly evolving.
Wow, that is amazing, particularly coming from a young lady like this. This is very impressive. Let me draw some blood from you, Mr. Will. I need to know a little bit about you. So, from Kentucky, do you own a horse?
I do not. I have been horseback riding, but I do not own a horse.
Back riding on a horse. This is Washington, D.C. We don't have horses. We don't have a lot of those horse riding everywhere.
You have a lot of horses, but most of them are cast out of iron and monuments, I'm afraid. That's the only horses I've seen around here.
That is very interesting, but I'm having so much good time with these young kids over here. So what do you do in Kentucky?
I work in the IT department. I kind of manage IT, repair computers, that sort of work.
Prepare computers?
Yeah.
My goodness, you work for yourself or you work for an organization?
Work for a corporation over at Best Buy.
Are you a geek? One of those geeks?
Self-proclaimed, yes, but also officially.
My goodness, they call them geeks. We have a geek in the studio. You, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't tell me all this. You just decided to come and ambush me and tell me all the greatness in the studio. But you know what? Because there are many young people like you who are listening, and I want to tell them across the Metro DC area, ladies and gentlemen, this show, I said, is yours for the asking. And anyone, if you write to me and you passionately make your case, why should I not bring you in the studio? Because we had Dr. Willie Jolly, the number one motivational speaker in the United States, a best-selling book. We had Keisha Dale, an executive. I had Kevin Onyona, a serious business owner, restaurant owner. But I can't fly with the high and all that time and the Hollywood. No, this show also accommodates when we go to school, when we are talking about serious business, about going back to school. Who are we talking? Young men, women, everyone. And they get accommodated here. This show is yours for the asking, like I said all the time. Those who are joining us now, this is Transition Point. 1450 AM radio every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. If you want to call, you have any questions for Will and Sofina, 800-450-7876. Again, 800-450-7876. My name is Dr. Jeff. I'm the show host every time. Listen, you go to drjeffspeaking.com and make sure that you drop me a note and tell me what is in your mind and what we can be able to do to improve this show. And don't forget, when you are there, to pick up one of my books, Succeeding in the Face of Challenge, or you can pick up Timing, Engaging When It Matters the Most. When you pick up that book, you are not just doing it to make my extra revenue for me. You are doing it to help me continue bringing this show to you without failure. And I need you to go to that site and tell me whether, like, you really want it and how we should continue doing it. I will change it. I take feedback very well and how we can do it better. So ladies and gentlemen, do not touch that dial. And those who have just joined us, on June 4th, we're going to be having this big musician, gospel singer, that is Esther Liana from Nairobi. She will be, telling us how she has kept hope alive. And, I don't even, probably next week, I will tell a little bit more about Liana, because does she have a story, a big story. And I'm going to post one of our videos on drjeffspeaking.com so that you can start having your hands wet, so that you can know who she's going to be. Not only that, I'll be having her on my TV show through Skype as well. This is going to be Transition Point, transitioning the whole world. We started with Metro DC area, and we have gone around the world, Nairobi, Asia, everywhere else. And please don't be left behind. Now, tell me, Will, any one of you, and I know you guys, you're very good in, I have noticed you are very good in taking questions. You decide to go for it, so I don't have to call names anymore. So, what really would you like? Do you like the show as is? Are there things you like me to discuss in future? That's a question I always want to ask my listeners, because I said this is their show. I have done quite a lot of things, and I'm here to make a difference. I want to know what listeners want to hear. And from young kids who are honest at these ones, I want to hear what you like to see in future in this show.
I want to say, with your experience being both a professor and a dean of universities, college is a huge hurdle for a lot of the youth of today. It does a lot to enable people to have a professional skill set before they go forth into the world to make a living and to make a difference in their community. And with your experience in that background, hearing more about how kids can succeed more in college, be it financially or academically, would be a huge benefit, for us.
Oh my goodness, you touched a live wire. Because that's my passion. I know that. And as a matter of fact, just because you have prompted that, I'm going to be looking for a good university to come over and talk clearly about how to finance the education. As a university campus dean, I have watched people, kind of run out of money. And they don't know what to do next. College debt is a big thing, even politically, and I would like you to raise those issues with your political candidates and tell them how you would like to see education to be changed, because you want to finish with debt that you can manage, but not only that you can manage, you want to finish with debt that you are return on investment. Remember, I always venture even to teach a class. Last week I taught a class a little bit on the air. Return on investment, return on assets. We talked about that. You are investing in yourself. I think in the morning I was talking to somebody earlier, and she told me that the best investment you can do is to invest in people. I think that was Liana. It is yesterday. It's not true. It's not this morning. It's last night. I spoke to Liana from Nairobi, and she was telling me the best investment, Dr. Jeff, you can ever do to people is not with assets and houses and whatever. It is about changing the mindset and leaving them with the correct mindset. People from Asia, China, and I think Japan too, they say, teach a man how to fish, and that man will never come back to you. But if you keep on giving a man a fish, the man will keep on coming back to ask for more fish. So with that kind of idea that we want to make sure that people invest in themselves with education, the right majors, I'm going to be investing time. And remember, this is not for kids only. I have taught adult learners, maybe 50% of all the adult learners, all the people in the education, they are adult learners. So financing is a big thing. You want to finish, and there is an ugly sight I have seen when someone is 90% done and runs out of money, has nowhere to get the money. They don't know what to do. I have seen people cry. And I know I gave them some tips, and I would like someone experienced at university and to come over here, talk about specifically, it's going to be a college advising or a college financing day. You get to know a million ways how you can find money. It is out there, and if you don't know it, then you can never find the money. Thank you so much, Mr. Will, for bringing that topic to me. Succeeding, as you said, man, that's a life wire too. I like people, students to succeed. There's a formula to it. I'll bring professors who are very experienced to tell us what they expect from their students. I've been a professor. I don't want to say it because I'm the host. I manipulated too much. And you heard one of the callers, I think Johnson or someone else, saying that people are here on the radio to tell you what to do. No, I give you the layup. You pick and roll. You dunk. Go home with the ball too. Because my job is to really give you the facts. It's for you to decide what to do. So, Sofina, are there some of the things you like to see, or before we finish, because we're going to be running out of the clock soon, I want you to tell me, are there people, they're going to be listening from Kentucky, or you're going to be telling them when they listen, because a lot of times they are probably listening and you're not even aware. Are there some people you want to even say hello, you remember, and you tell them you're having fun in Washington, D.C. and in Dr. Jeff's studio here? Tell them now, it's your opportunity. Say the names, it's up to you. Start, Sophia, go.
Okay, I'd like to say hi, Mary Gail and Keith. And there's Doris and Tiffany. Will, anyone?
I just want to, I know I'm in the studio with you here, but Dr. Jeff, for giving us this opportunity. I mean, it's been great being able to come on and kind of share a little bit of our experiences and how they can contribute to just kind of feeding back into the community. I know your callers seem very interested in that kind of aspect of the show, and it is hugely important, not only here in the Metro DC area, but everywhere. I mean, back home for us, overseas even, it's a huge aspect to be able to do that.
Definitely. It is my passion, ladies and gentlemen. It is my passion to be able to change people's lives and change, make the citizens of this country very responsible, and we keep it up because our job is for the future. It's trying to make sure the next generation, it comes in. It's our job to make sure that they come in with the right mindset, how to create leaders. And these, I feel, the dialogue with Will and Sofina, it is even the beginning of starting to create leaders, because as educators, as deans, as professors, as leaders, if we do not take care of the youth, they will be left to ideologies because they are just trying to find their identity. And if we do nothing about it, they will be left up to the ideologies. They are out there busy in the internet, teaching them violent extremism. If they are doing that, us as citizens, people who want to see good things happen in future, we have to be busy teaching them the opposite. We can't just sit back and try to criticize them. We have to be busy reclaiming our youth, reclaiming the future of this country, and that is how you really build a great nation. I'll tell you, and we have courage to do that. And like Thomas Jefferson said, one man with courage is worth the majority. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I have a great time. And you can go to my website, drjeffspeaking.com, and you can get the latest update. As we get ready to finish, I'm going to wish you from our studios that I'm going to really wish you a great week, a great weekend. I always enjoy. Keep bringing those, suggestions that you have, and keep being a fan. Tell the rest of the world we are here every day, every Saturday, and we look forward to dialogue with you from our studios. This is Dr. Jeff, Transition Point, 1450 every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, we see you next week. Until then, have a great weekend. Thank you.
salt in the pod, and toast meets world. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, with millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, follows.
You did very well. Very good. Awesome. That is very good. You guys, you're just pros in making. Oh my goodness. I really thank you, Will. And it is recording, you know that. So great. How are you doing? Very good. You guys, you're doing well. I listened the other day. So good job. Good job. How did we do?
All right, good.
The shelf
Thank you. Thank you. Then, we'll stay in touch, and we got a good stuff coming up. International celebrities on the roll. Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Stay. Nice to meet you.
All right. Take care now. All right. All right. You did very well, Kevin. You did very well. You cut across the red tape. How did you enjoy the show? I know. You didn't know I'm that rough.
You showed a little passion, a little.